Filming underwater videos is one of the most common things people do with their GoPro cameras. Whether that's snorkeling, scuba diving, or anything in between, GoPros can be used to capture some amazing underwater footage. And if you know the right filming tips, you can capture some pretty cinematic video. Hey guys, I'm Raymond Tiller, and today I'm going to be giving you 8 tips to make your underwater videos better with your GoPro Hero 9. Probably the most useful feature GoPro cameras have these days is Hypersmooth Stabilization. This feature debuted back when the Hero 7 came out in 2018, and ever since then GoPro has improved this feature immensely. With the release of the Hero 9, Hypersmooth has been taken to another level, as this camera makes it really hard to get shaky footage. The number one problem you see with underwater videos is the lack of stabilization, and Hypersmooth 3.0 helps fix that. You can turn on Hypersmooth Stabilization in your Hero 9 settings, as it works with every resolution and frame rate. The Hero 9 also has the ability to film in Hypersmooth Boost mode, which helps stabilize footage even more. Using some sort of handle while filming underwater is a huge aspect, not only for stabilization, but for getting more cinematic shots. I personally recommend using an underwater light tray, as this is all around the best underwater rig for getting smooth shots. I've always used the light tray from the company Shoot, and it has always helped me get better shots. Another good one to use is the underwater selfie stick. This mount is best used while snorkeling because it is lightweight and easy to carry around. It also allows for you to get your camera closer to some of the action without you having to necessarily get close as well. Now before I continue with the video, if you love GoPro cameras and you love adventure, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you never miss out on awesome videos just like this one. Getting good light exposure and color while filming underwater is all in what settings your GoPro is using. The underwater world is filled with a lot of different places to film in, and there's certain settings that work better in certain places. When filming static objects like wrecks or in water with very low light, reduce the number of frames per second, as this will bring out more available light in your shot. When diving or snorkeling in a shallow reef with faster moving fish and more available light, use a higher frames per second like 120 or even 240, as this also allows for you to get slow motion footage. Video resolution also matters when filming underwater. When snorkeling, I'd recommend using a lower resolution like 2.7K so you can get a higher frame rate and capture some great slow motion shots and capture all of the action. But while diving, I'd recommend using a higher resolution like 4 or even 5K with a lower frames per second so you can capture as cinematic of a shot as possible. Dye filters are something that I've recommended using for years now, but over that time I've found myself using less and less of these. Instead, I tend to film with my GoPro normally while underwater, then color correct when I'm editing. This is something you can do if you have a good enough editing software, as this allows you to perfectly color correct your video just the way you want it. As you can see in the video, after color correcting this shot, it makes it so much more vibrant. The number one thing when color correcting underwater video is to get those colors back that you lose while underwater, like your red, orange, and yellows. However, if you don't have a high-end editing software, then dye filters work good too. These filters help in every underwater setting to get rid of unnecessary and bland colors while bringing out some of the more vibrant ones. While diving in blue water, use the red dye filter, which takes out a lot of the blue and brings out more vibrant colors. And when diving in greenish water, use the magenta filter that makes your video look much more professional. Slow motion video is some of the coolest you can capture with the GoPro camera, and doing this underwater is even more powerful. When capturing underwater video, you want to be as cinematic as possible, and the easiest way to do that is with slow motion. The Hero 9 has some great slow motion abilities, as it can film in up to 240 frames per second. Doing this allows you to slow down your video 8 times slower than normal, and when filming underwater, this is something you should try doing. A lot of things that are filmed while underwater are the animals that live there, like fish and sea turtles for example, and if you want to capture the best video you possibly can with these subjects, I suggest using slow motion. As I've been saying for years now, the #1 problem when filming underwater is capturing stabilized video, and maintaining good buoyancy really helps with this, as you can't really film a steady video if you're not steady yourself. It doesn't matter if you're diving, snorkeling, freediving, or anything in between. Making sure you're controlled is vitally important to making a good underwater video. When freediving or snorkeling, if you find yourself having trouble staying buoyant, try holding on to something to stay neutrally buoyant, as it really helps create a more cinematic shot. When filming underwater, the closer you get to what you're filming, the better your shot will be. It doesn't matter if it's a cool coral head or a turtle swimming by. Getting closer to your shot makes it even better than it already is. This is much easier to do if you're scuba diving or freediving. But if you happen to be snorkeling, try swimming down to the object that you're filming. Capturing a fish from eye level will always look better than from above it, as you get a better perspective in your shot. This goes well with the third tip I mentioned in this video, using different settings in different situations, but they are different. Before you enter the water, you should know the different kinds of things you could be encountering while filming, and more importantly, how you want to film it. Of course, nothing is guaranteed when you go underwater, but you should be prepared for the shots you want to capture and the things you could encounter. Before entering the water, you should make adjustments like choosing a specific mounting figure. If you're planning on going in the water with a big fish, for example, you should keep in mind the different kinds of shots you want to capture of them, as doing this is key to helping you make a good underwater video. Alright guys, now that is pretty much going to wrap up today's video. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash that like button, comment down below what you think, and most importantly subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on awesome videos just like this one. I'm Raymond Tiller, and I'll see you on the next video.